Hey guys, it is Tuesday the 13th. I have to do it this weird angle here because if I turn the screen any other direction, the camera doesn't pick it up. I'm just one black shadow here, and you're going to get the outside picture here, which up at my region office again in Utah, trying to finish up the last of our operational procedures to really trying to fine tune everything on the team before we get into the busier season. What we've got now is CPI came out today, different than I expected it. It actually came down from the expectation was 7.3%. We were at 7.7 last reading, now we're 7.1. Now, my personal opinion, probably some cooking going in there to get that because there's so many other things that keep going up in price. It doesn't, to me, it's not reasonable that we're going down that much in the inflation reading. And we also know that this is a consumer price index. It's been cooked from the very beginning. It's not the real rates of inflation. So when we start looking at all this as a whole, it's good for the interest rates. It's good for what the economy believes is going on. But we're also seeing people losing jobs. That's another reason that things are going down, if that's the cause that's going down, less people spending money. But we also had seen from probably about 2 or 3 of these updates ago, we talked about how people's credit cards were going up. It's because they're having to live off their down credit cards. Savings going down. They're spending the money that they had saved before to try and live. So hopefully that cutback might be what's driving things down and helping the inflation, but it's not. I don't really see it being really great for the economy, but it is good for the outcome of cost. That would bring, of course, that cost down would help our interest rates eventually, because when you're talking about inflation eroding the dollar's value, nobody wants to give you money for 30 years just for have the instrument they're paying it back with losing money, losing value quicker. Therefore, they make less. But that's the whole point to even do a loan on investment properties. And so I'll continue to say you got to do the long-term investments, not the short-term shit, because the long-term you're never going to pay back anyway. So always put yourself in a position to pay it back over the long haul. So I had seen other data being pushed out, people talking about what's happening in the economy. I can't agree with either side. Both sides are very, very dynamically different. So what that tells me is all the experts don't know. They're going off of things from their perspective and their angle and what they hope to be the outcome. So if you're ever listening to anybody that's trying to use a rosy picture for the near future as for a reason you should do a certain thing now, my opinion is they're just going to take whatever talking head that's out there, use their narrative to fit their story to convince you to do that deal. That's where you're coming in with the arms, like the 10-year, the 7-year, the 5-year, and the 3-year. Nobody knows. There's too much difference in opinions for me to say you should go with one of those types of arms at all, because my belief is we're not going to get anywhere near what they're claiming, and we could probably be in a lot worse position later because we don't know the outcome of what all this quantitative easing has done. Since that's the case, control it. Get that 30-year fix, just like I keep saying with the Warren Buffett quote. If you don't know that, go back. If you don't want to know the quote directly, call me. Just reach out to me. Shoot me an email. Go to aaron.chapman.com. Request for us to connect. Bree will sync up our calendars, and we'll get some time to chat. Well, let's look at the charts with respect to what inflation numbers did for us. And it's going up. It's actually working good today. Go figure. So what we had was what looks like we were going down from last week. I was talking about just the price of the bond eroding to the point where we're getting down to our support. The big worry I had, if we broke below the support, we had a long way to fall. I believe our next line of support is down here. So I didn't mark that one, but it's way down in this area. That's a long fall. And if it falls through these, you got to climb through moving averages to get back to this point. So the CPI reading coming in hotter or better than what I thought it should have, or others thought it should have, is beneficial to us because we're staying in this channel. What's crazy, with it getting better, it didn't punch out of the channel. It stayed within it. So that means we're really kind of priced in a good spot here. We're about where we were. We're going to be probably rate-wise and price-wise, probably in the area where we were last Friday-ish is what I'm guessing. But at least we're going to maintain this position. So I think we're safe for a little while. For right now, we just hope that it continues to read that way, hope to continue to be in a position where we're not seeing extreme volatility. So you can at least write out some of your contracts if they're a long-term, longer-term contract. If you need a long-term lock, contact us. We'll talk about those long-term locks. We've saved a lot of people for some crazy volatility with those long-term locks. If you need me, aaron.chapman.com. Appreciate you guys subscribing and listening, and we'll connect with you guys on Friday.